You're listening to the Ecosystem Approach show. I'm Jason.
And I'm Patricia.
We discovered that human potential is severely limited when you program humans like a machine, which is standard practice today for self-improvement.
The Ecosystem Approach teaches you how to uncover your infinite potential by using natural methods that are truly revolutionary. Join us now for the Ecosystem Approach show. This is Jason and Patricia Rome for the Ecosystem Approach, talking about this week's show. The title is Shocking Truth, the spiritual discovery that changes how life works. Part 2. Stay with us.
We've been trying to get this information down. We have keynotes for all of when we do a show like this, but it's coming in so fast. You were talking to John Muir,
yes,
and he just wouldn't shut up. He was just giving us all sorts of really good tidbits, and information.
Yes.
And for those of you that don't know, we live outside of Yosemite. Right. John Muir played a big role in Yosemite. There was a big controversy about Hetch Hetchy, which is a water reservoir that was created
to actually give water to the San Francisco Bay Area.
Yes.
And huge.
And he was a big part of that controversy because he felt it was awful that we would do that. We were choosing
human life over the natural world.
And he
didn't agree.
Didn't agree. And so now that we're talking about it,
right.
And just recently there was an article, and we're going to talk about this in the show that we're going to do. This is the pre-show.
Yes,
so this is about the show, but in the show that we're going to talk about this. There's an article in the New York Times about how the Sierra Club is losing its impact, and because they embrace social justice.
They do.
And he's got an opinion about this. He's talking, and we're finding out some amazing stuff. Mm-hmm. So you want to jump in? I guess the first thing is about what Bashar, Abraham, and Seth are doing in the background.
It's really important. The Bashar, Abraham, and Seth have gone to. We have 7 people on the list right now that have died, and
we've been channeling them. And it's been really incredible. And one of the reasons that Bashar, Abraham, and Seth have done this is because they see that those that channeled them before, I'm talking from the 60s, that channeled Bashar, Abraham, and Seth.
Yes. From the 60s. That they didn't get all the information that was necessary, that was
their
needed.
Perspective limited what they could say, and
that is correct.
But what's happening now, which is just blows our mind. I mean, completely blows our mind, is that they're facilitating. They have not been talking to us like they used to.
Bashar, Abraham, and Seth.
Yes, it used to be that we'd constantly be getting constant information.
Correct.
And all of a sudden they've kind of backed away.
Well, and let me tell you why. I'm gonna, this, and we're going to talk about it in the show as well. They've backed away because Bashar, Abraham, and Seth have not been in physical bodies for millennials or millennians.
A long time.
Yeah, a long time. Thank you. I know I wasn't saying it right. Forgive me. But the point that I'm getting at is that they connected with there's, like I said, 7 so far. There will be more. We've been promised that have lived in human bodies and have an understanding of a human body and what it has the ability to do, but also about this earth that we live on.
Here's what blows our mind is that they're facilitating the communication. It's almost as if they're changing the frequency, or so that they can talk to them.
Yes,
the people that have died and are on the other side, and so that those people on the other side can talk to us.
Exactly.
And not only can they talk to us, but they're channeling what we're seeing.
Correct.
So that not only can Bashar, Abraham, and Seth see what we're seeing,
right,
but the people that we're channeling
are able to see what we're seeing, which is amazing. For example, so we're talking about John Muir about the Sierra Club, and there's this article. We're going to read it to him after the show.
Yes, we are. And I want to hear what he has to say.
He has a lot to say.
I'll let you know.
He has so much to say.
He really does. And one of the things that I just need to get this out there in this pre-show, that John Muir sees, he didn't see or have an understanding of negative energy as Jason and I do, but what he did see was things that happened in his life were because of negative energy. There were things in his life, and one of them was his father's way. Well, he didn't even realize that when he was working on the Hetchy thing, that he was acting and sounding just like his father.
And a little background.
Okay.
His father was very strict as he probably would have been put in jail for child abuse.
That's correct.
He would beat his children if they didn't
on a regular basis, by the way.
Didn't learn Bible scripture
verbatim.
Yes.
And
there was lots of abuse like that.
Exactly.
Yeah. And he was an angry man. He was a righteous man.
He truly was. But I need to say this. John Muir did tell me that he was grateful to his father for teaching him to read and write so that he could write about the beauty, so that he could write about, he didn't really understand them as being energies, but so that he could write about what we would come to understand is this is so important, because if we don't do something about what's going on, and I'm talking about all the way around the world, the pollution and more. Well, and he's talking about the importance of it, and if we don't do something about it, that we're going to lose the earth that we live on.
So he's saying that he's on his soapbox on the other side doing that.
That is correct.
Okay, but here's the main point. Okay, is that he can see for the first time that his demeanor was like his dad. That's one. Two, that demeanor was an energy.
Yes.
And that if he was using the ecosystem approach, he could have the chance for a demeanor that's different than his father's. He never would have chosen that demeanor if he had the perspective that he does now.
Exactly.
He never would have said, "Yeah, that's what I want." He was sophisticated enough. He was evolved enough to know, I don't want to do it that way.
Exactly. And I just need to say one more thing, that John Muir basically was just telling me a few minutes ago that the energy of programming in the world today is a major part of the lack of the truth about how to actually fix all the problems on this planet.
Well, and we've talked about this. Again, programming is when you tell yourself how to think, how to feel, instead of letting the natural part of yourself, after you remove the negative energy, after the dark energy, you remove it, then let that come forward. Programming says, oh, don't worry about that. Do it this way, which is making you into a machine. And it's so unnatural. It's so unhealthy for people in general.
So in today's world, programming is blocking the energy and perspective and the knowing of the acceptance of the subtle energy world. And it doesn't make sense anymore.
There's so much to talk about.
Oh my
Please
gosh.
tune in. We'll put in the link as soon as it becomes available. It should be out in about a week.
And by the way, tell a friend, and you and the friend join us and bring other friends.
And if you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed to our channel. It does help us. But the most important thing, especially in today's world in YouTube, is who knows what the metrics are. But the reason it's important is because that way you will get notified. You will get prompted when we put out a new show, because this stuff is coming. This is on the forefront of the energy world. So be sure you're subscribed to our channel,
Yes.
Jason and Patricia Roan, The Ecosystem Approach on YouTube.
Yes. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you for listening to the Ecosystem Approach Show with Jason and Patricia. I'm Patricia. Tune in every week as we discuss practical ways to apply the ecosystem approach and develop your potential to live your life on your terms. For more information, visit our website at theecosystemapproach.org.